Hi everybody, welcome to the 8th episode of Bits and Pieces. I'm Jacqueline.
I'm Noelle.
And this is Zoe.
And I am Jacqueline's mom and Zoe's grandma.
Yeah.
So we're coming to you from London, Ontario, Canada. Today is September the 2nd.
Already September.
Already, I know, tomorrow's Labor Day, so tomorrow's a holiday here in Canada. So pretty much this is our last weekend of summer, although we still usually have nice weather.
Yeah, it's usually warm, and sometimes, it's been warm even October.
Anyway, so we'd like to thank anybody who's tuned in, anybody who's watched, and thank you for any new viewers that have tuned in, and we hope you like what you see. So we always start with what we call our 3G section, and for anybody that's new, that's just kind of a section where we each kind of show off something similar. We have a similar theme between the three of us for the three generations for mother.
Most likely something that Mom's knit.
Well, anyway, so today we're showing off our Galiano socks. Okay, so we all have a pair of Galiano socks by Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls. So Jacqueline's going to hold them up and I'll talk a little bit about them.
This is
my pair. So it's done in Leo and Roxy. Their 80-20 sock is the base color. Yep, and the colorway is called Baby Cakes.
Yep.
The cuff, the heel, and the toe is done in Manos del Uruguay Alegria, and that color is the Oxygen colorway. So these ones, the only change that I made in these ones, the heel, right? I did a garter stitch heel with a mini heel flap instead of doing the heel flap and gusset. Okay, so that's the only change or the modification that I made to that one. Okay, so this pair is Jacqueline's pair, and Jacqueline's pair is basically followed the pattern exactly, other than I think I've got an extra repeat in here just to make it a little bit longer, and then a couple of extra repeats down here because Jacqueline's got
big feet.
Fairly large feet.
Yeah.
Heel flap and gusset in this one, just like the pattern calls for. Ribbed 1x1 twisted rib at the top, and those are done in Manos del Uruguay Alegria.
Feels really nice.
Yeah, and that's the paddle colorway. I know a lot of people say that they think that yarn feels like it has cashmere in it.
Yeah, it does.
So I haven't done socks in it before, so I'm interested to see and how it might wear.
Yeah.
But you said it feels really nice on.
I think the pattern looks really nice in that color too.
You can really see the cable and eyelets up the side. It's really pretty. And then Zoe got hers on. Got to hold it off. We'll take one off.
We might have to take a picture and put it on the screen because these feet are not going to stay still.
I'll take one off here. Hers are, I had to kind of modify the pattern to go down that small because the pattern doesn't go down to that size. So for Zoe's, again, the main color in Zoe's is the Leo and Roxy 80-20 sock in the Baby Cakes.
Yep.
And then her heel and toe are in the Manos del Uruguay, so she's got the petal color for this toe, but on her other sock, I've reversed them. So she's got the toe in the Oxygen colorway and the heel in the petal, and this one's got the opposite, the pink toe and the aqua colored heel. And in hers, I did the little garter stitch heel. So, where's your socks, though?
Do you like those?
So it's nice. We all like them. The pattern pretty much can be adapted for, if you've got to make them a little larger in Jacqueline's case, if you've got to make them a little smaller. I just did a few little alterations and I was able to make the pattern smaller.
What a big difference in how she's grown.
Well, I know. The very first podcast that we did, she just sat there and now we can't keep her still.
Hey, go. Hey.
Anyway, so we're going to move on to our admin section.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our KAL that just finished up, right? Mm-hmm. So we had our tea time KAL just closed, and we had 21 people.
21 finished objects. Well, I finished a little dress, but mine's not in there, so that doesn't count. And then I finished this. Yeah, we'll talk about this later. Yeah.
But we wanted to congratulate the winner. It was Ms. Lizzie Blue.
That's her Ravelry name.
It's Ravelry name, but it's Liz, and she's from California. And she knit the pink onyx sweater. Which is a short sleeve little
like a t-shirt
sweater that's got like a lace detailing on the front.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Really pretty.
And the designer was Ayako Monye.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's a really pretty top. Yeah.
Yeah, she did a really good job. So congratulations.
That's right. She lives in California, so she probably doesn't have a whole lot of opportunity to knit long sleeve ones. So that was a perfect opportunity to knit a short sleeve garment for her.
For sure.
And actually, when I went through the Ravelry feed, she actually did a couple of tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. So good for you.
That's right. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, get Mom to get in touch with
Yeah,
you?
actually, I'm going to contact her through Ravelry probably before the podcast goes up because I'm going on vacation.
Yes, you're going
starting Tuesday. I'm going out to the east coast of Canada for a month. So,
Yep.
if I'll contact her and see if I can get her address and information so I can get that sent out before I go. Otherwise, if I don't hear from her, she can contact me and I'll get it out as soon as I get home.
Back.
Yeah. So
You're gonna be gone for so long.
I know,
What if I have like problems with my dating?
I told you if you get really stuck, go in and see Suzanne at Knit Stitch and she'll help you.
Yeah. Or I'll just have a lot of whips because I'll start something else.
There you go. You can do that too.
I'll have lots of projects on the go.
Yep. So
Anyway.
you'll be fine.
And then
But guess where I'm going first?
to Espas Rico.
Yes, I'm going to Espas Rico. It's our first stop. We go to Kingston the first night, and then the next day we go to Montreal, and we're going to go to Espas Rico.
I'm so
So I'm really
jealous.
excited about that.
But I might make you a little list. Of
You can
things.
make me a list. You can make me a list.
Things that I maybe want.
I just like buying yarn. Doesn't necessarily have to be for me.
Yeah.
So.
And then for our other admin piece, we just wanted to talk about our new KAL that we're doing with Codependent
Yep.
Knitters.
So yeah, Lisa and Dawn.
Yeah, so it's going to be a Caitlin Hunter knit along, so you can knit any of her patterns,
Yep.
and then you can post them either on our Ravelry group,
Well, you can post them on both.
or
So yeah,
both.
so it can
yeah.
be an entry in both. You can enter it in their knit along, and you can enter it in our knit along. So like one project, and you can get two entries for it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have a link down below for both of ours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Then we'll put a link for Codependent Knitters
Knitters
group
too.
too, so that
Yeah.
you can go in. Yeah.
So yeah, what did you say you wanted to knit?
Oh, I want to knit. There's so many
Too
of
many
Caitlin
things.
Hunter patterns.
I
There's
know.
an amazing array of Caitlin Hunter patterns.
The
Some
most
of the
popular ones right now, like
well,
the
Tecumseh.
Yeah.
The Tecumseh is really popular, and
Tanya.
the Tanya.
I really want to knit that one. That's like on my list to do, but it's in fingering weight yarns, which I think is just a major undertaking for me
But
right now.
if you go and look through her patterns, so there's a wide choice because she's got
hats.
she's got hats, shawls, sweaters. And I think there's some cardigans as well as pullovers. There's a really cute little baby sweater.
Oh, well,
Like
maybe.
it's got a little bit of color work in it, but just a little, so it
Yeah.
would be easy. And I think it's in DK weight, which means it would knit up faster.
Fast.
Yeah,
So
so
we'll
she's got kind of lots of patterns that would appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
I really want to do the Tanya.
I know it's nice.
That's
I
on my
like it.
list.
I know
for
I want to
sure.
do it too, and I've actually got 2 or 3 quantities of yarn to do it, and I just haven't gotten
I have
around.
to find, I think, the right color too, because I really like Hey Sister. Like she just did one.
Oh, was it like a rosy gold color?
It's like a rusty color almost.
Oh, okay.
That she did, and
Okay.
it was beautiful. I love that color and I love that pattern. So
Well, when you
we'll
go to
see.
Woodstock,
Yes,
you can look and
I'm going
see.
to Woodstock, which is funny. It's not really that far away
No, it's
now.
not. Because once I get home, I think it's like 2 weekends after that.
So, sorry, Woodstock Feast Festival is in October. So Woodstock's not even an hour away from here.
Yep.
So that's a festival that we're
Well, and you
looking
can
forward
shop
to
at it. I'm
going.
actually going to be. I'm actually going to be.
Working?
Well,
Helping
just
out.
helping out
Yeah.
in Feather Your Nest booth. So.
I'm sure you'll be able to get that.
Yeah, I'll probably get some time to shop. But
Anyway, that's it for admin.
Yep. So go look through, get your Caitlin Hunter pattern started, and there's a whip. Not a whip. There's a chatter thread and an FO thread. So, if you know what you're going to do or you've got any discussion about it or you want to comment on other people's, go into the chatter thread and let us know what you're going to do and what patterns you like.
Yeah.
So
on to our FOs?
On to our FOs.
Okay. So on to FOs?
On to FOs. First of all, we should probably say, just in case you didn't hear everything that we talked about in the beginning when we were talking about our Galiano socks, everything will be linked right to the Ravelry pages, and you can tell them how they can access that.
Oh, yeah, so we decided, YouTube sort of decided for us, because now that our show notes are getting so long, that, and especially with all Mom's FOs, that if we put all the descriptions in the box, it's actually too much to fit in the box below. So actually, we're going to have it linked, because we actually have our knitsandpieces.ca website set up now, but we'll have a PDF that will link to all the description of all of our projects in the notes below.
Right.
But then Mom also has her Ravelry links in that.
Yeah, so
that
for any
PDF.
of the projects that we talk about, well, I think some of yours too, because you've got some of yours linked there. So it means you can go, once you go to the website and go to that PDF, you can go directly into any of the projects on Ravelry. It'll tell you the pattern, the yarn that was used, the needle size.
Yep.
I usually, even when I'm done a project, I kind of weigh out the yarn so I know how much was used.
Yep.
So you can find all that information by going there.
Yeah, so that link will be down below. And like I said, even if you didn't have Ravelry for some reason. I mean, most people do, I guess.
Well, yeah, no,
but if you didn't,
yep.
you didn't, then you can still get all the information on the PDF.
Yep.
But if you want in depth more, look at the
right.
project pages that you
right, because in the notes we do put what the pattern name is and the designer and the yarn that was used.
That'll all be
so that'll still
PDF.
all be there. But if you want to go in and have like a look or want a little bit more information, you can go into the Ravelry project.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now on to FOs.
So now on to FOs. Okay. So my first FO is my sweater that I'm wearing.
Yep.
And I don't know if can you see if I stand up? Okay. So this is Yarrow by Pam Allen. And it is done in Quince & Co. Kestrel, which is 100% linen, and it's a
like a ribbon sort of,
but it's kind of like a it's like a ribbon or like a chain, like tube sort of construction.
Yeah. Yep.
And I found I really like the sweater. I basically did it on the same size needles that was called for in the pattern, which was a 4.5 millimeter. But when I was finished it looked really small, but linen has a tendency to really grow.
Yeah.
So even I've worn it a bit now, and even then it's stretching out, and you can feel it that because you're working with Kestrel too, and it's really softened up since it's been blocked, and like you wear it a bit, because at first the linen feels kind of crunchy.
Yeah.
So does it feel like that when you're working with it?
When you're working with it,
But it really does soften up a lot once it's blocked out and once you've worn it.
Did you? We were talking before. Did you end up doing? Did the pattern call for?
Yeah, I did the pattern the way it said. So it's just the sleeves are the sleeves I did to the length that I had left, which actually basically turned out to be exactly what the pattern looks like.
Yeah.
So I had 2 balls left when I got to the sleeve, so I just did each sleeve with 1 ball and just did them as long as I could.
Because you weren't sure if you were just going to do.
Yeah, I was thinking of just doing it in stocking stitch, but I think it looked okay.
Yeah,
so I just did it in the garter stitch. So, that's my first FO.
So on to my first and only FO.
Yeah, but you finished your socks.
Yeah, this is true. So I finally finished my husband's 3x1 socks.
Well, they're a men's pair of socks too. That's a lot of stitches.
Yeah. So I finally got them done.
They look good.
Because the yarn that I used was the Blue Moon Fiber Arts Sticker Targhee, and because it was a men's sock, I had some left over, but I just wasn't sure if I had enough for the heels.
I think that if we had weighed them, I think you would have had enough. I think you would have had enough. But
yeah,
you don't want to get that far and then find out that
on the second sock I don't have enough and have to rip it all out. So I actually ended up picking up just like a brown sock yarn from Cascades. That it still feels really nice. I think it looks okay.
It's the Cascade Heritage.
Yeah,
it looks nice,
so,
and it gives the socks like a bit of a pop to have the different color
heel. Yeah, because now like I do but I don't. But like I think that next time I was to do something like this, I would probably do the toe and matching the heel.
Yeah,
even the cuff would have looked nice too, all in brown. But I like the way that this color looks in the cuff too, though. But anyway, there.
Yeah. So how many stitches were on that sock?
72.
72.
Yeah. 72.
So that's quite a bit of knitting with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Excited for those to be done, right there. Excited to wear those.
Yeah. Well, when it gets cold enough.
When it gets cold enough. But you know what? We've had a couple cooler days lately, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell us about what happened with one of them. I'm not talking about the toe. I'm talking about where you fixed it yourself.
Oh, okay, yes. Actually, no, it was funny because I was thinking about this, and for the longest time, I probably considered myself a beginner knitter, and then maybe like slightly like advanced beginner. Now I'm inching into like slowly into intermediate knitter. Anyway, so what happened is that I dropped a stitch. And before that would have happened, I would have just put it down and said, you know what, I'll just wait till Mom comes. She'll help me fix it. And that's happened before, but when Mom helps me and like if you pick up and show me, it's not the same as if you do it yourself, right? No. So I had messed up. I had dropped that stitch, and I thought, well, you know what, I can wait for you to come while you fix it, and then you could help me fix it. Or I could just try on my own. And if I end up messing it up even more, you could just help me fix it anyway. Or the other outcome could be that I actually figured it out myself, which I did, which I was like, I was really happy. And I just, until you start doing it, and then you realize, oh, this isn't really
even if I tell you, and even if I show you, even if you're doing exactly what I say when you're right there, it's not the same as
actually doing it yourself.
No.
And I think actually it was to happen on any other, like I think this yarn actually like helped me because of the way that it is, like the colors. You can see the different colored, like kind of like
the bands across the back when you pick up that.
I called it a bar, but you know what I mean?
It is a bar.
Yeah, that you could just like, you just pick up the next one, and it's actually not that big of a deal at all. So
and you can read your knitting more. You can see kind of how the stitches are shaped.
And like it's funny because I'm sure, I can't remember what other podcast we were watching, but somebody was saying that until you like you can read your knitting, it's hard to like really understand. And I think that was like a realization that I had working on these. So that made me really happy because it means I don't have to depend on you so much. You're going to be gone. So, yeah. And it's funny because we were talking about this and how you said that you dropped something on cables, and now that scared me a little bit.
Yeah, but I haven't.
It's the same, but just
it
like
is the
more
same. You still got to read it
right?
the same because you have to, like, if you drop it down, you have to see, okay, what was supposed to happen in that row, and you take it one row at a time as you go up.
Yep.
So. It sounds scarier than it is when you just think it through logically and what you have to do.
It's the same thing. It's like when you first told me, oh, you're going to have to
cut your knitting.
It was such a scary thing, but then now it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Now you cut it and I'm not even here.
Exactly. so, learning process. But yes, my second pair of socks is done.
They look very good. And I really like them.
And all ready for my husband to wear them.
That's
finally.
Right. That's right.
Happy belated Father's Day, dear.
Thanks.
So, on to your next FO.
Okay. So, I have a couple more FOs. Okay, so I'll let you hold them up to the camera. So this is the Adorable Ankle Sock. It's a pattern on Ravelry. It's actually a free pattern on Ravelry by Ellie Putz. And it's actually, the pattern on Ravelry is for an ankle sock, but I wanted it bigger. Yeah, I wanted them for hiking socks, so I just like continued on off to do kind of like a 7-inch leg.
Yep.
And then the only other change in the pattern that I made was I did a garter stitch heel. Like I'm really liking the garter stitch heel for some reason.
I do too. I think it
feels nice and squishy. So
and like that just, I don't know, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Too when you wear it.
And it just gives a little bit of extra detail, like a little bit of texture to the sock.
And what yarn is this?
That yarn is Retrosario Mondum, and that is a Portuguese yarn.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And I got that skein at the Knit Cafe in Toronto. Yep. And their colors just go by number. So basically that one's kind of like a natural background, but it's got like orange and blue
in it.
So yeah, and then the pattern's just a nice lace pattern that goes up the front of the sock and then goes all goes up the front of the sock and then goes all around the leg, and then just a 2x2 rib at the top.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm taking those with me to
Odie's.
Yep. But if you look at that, like if you hold it up, like it almost it's not a cable, but it almost looks like a cable, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought
it's
it was
not
cable.
A cable. No.
I don't know if you can see it up close. It's kind of hard to tell with the socket it is,
the way they put the eyelets in make it look like a cable, but it's really not a cable.
Huh.
So that's another way that you could do something, and that would really show up if you did it in a plain color.
Plain color,
like a tonal or something. Yeah. Okay.
Very nice.
Okay, so that's one. Okay.
How many FOs do you have on this?
I don't know. I didn't count them.
Too many to count? More socks.
So you can hold those up. So these are just plain vanilla socks, but it's in a self-striping yarn.
Is this Leo and Roxy?
Yes. So that is Leo and Roxy. They're 80-20 yarn, and that's in the self-striping colorway called Neapolitan. I did those socks when I was up at...
These were your walking socks.
My walking socks?
Walking.
No, I didn't walk with them.
No?
But I did these socks. Well, I knit them actually up in Bala.
Oh, okay.
Or part of them up in Bala. We went to... had a little knitting retreat weekend up in Bala, so I did them there. So some of them got done. We were actually sitting in a floaty with our yarn in the floaty. So the sock was getting wet, so it was actually getting blocked at the same time as it was getting knit. Okay, and these socks, I mean, they're plain vanilla, but never have I ever had so much trouble putting a heel in a sock.
Oh, really?
Well, we were drinking.
Oh, well.
No, we were drinking sangria.
Yeah, that might be why.
It might not have been a good idea, but I was bound and determined that night that I was going to get the heel in. So I don't want to go back and too closely count the stitches in.
Well, you still did a really good job.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember which one it was because I pretty much matched the color, so I can't really remember which one it was that was the one that I had.
Can you even see, like, even where this little speck is? Can you see that? It's almost in the same.
The little fleck? Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
I'm talking like
was definitely not planned.
Did you see the 2 little flecks in the heels? I don't know.
Anyway.
That's crazy.
Anyway, the heel got ripped out a few times, but eventually it did get put in, and I tried it on and nothing ripped out, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah. No, they turned out really nice.
So, but the yarn's really nice. I love how it stripes.
Are these
I
your
like that
size?
color. Are they? I don't want.
I think they're a little big for you.
It might be. I don't know. Anyway, Leo and Roxy yarn, really nice yarn. So, okay. Now the next things that I've got are some samples that I did for Feather Your Nest. So this one I actually showed last week.
Last podcast.
Last podcast.
Not last week.
Yeah, it wasn't last week. Okay, last podcast. So I'll let you hold it up. So that is the end. Yeah, you can try it on. Yeah, it looks good on you.
I like it actually.
Well, you can get one of those. Like it's super simple, and I really like that yarn.
Yeah.
And I like the color.
The spin cycles.
Yeah.
Right?
So that is the M Train hat, and it is by Nora Hughes for Spin Cycle Yarns, and it's knit in Spin Cycle Yarns Knit Fast. Die Young. I think last time I said Live Fast, Die Young, but it's Knit Fast, Die Young, and that color is.
It's kind of, you can kind of make it a little slouchy.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
Or if you wanted to pull it down more, you could kind of turn the rib up, and then pull it down, like more like a beanie style. Yeah. So, anyways, it's the truffle butter colorway, and I really like how the colors worked out in the hat because it kind of starts with the turquoisey color, and then it goes through all the other colors, and it ends up with turquoise at the top.
Yeah.
And then if you take it off, and we'll look at the pom-pom. So when I was done, because I used the whole skein, because when I was done, I used everything I had left for the pom-pom.
Yep.
But I wanted the pom-pom to kind of match. So if you turn around like that side and that side, so I kind of wound it so that the colors would like kind of go from the gold to the pink to the blue to the pink to the gold. So, and that was done on a Clover pom-pom maker.
Yep.
And it was the large size. It was a package that comes with like a medium size one and a large one. So it was the large size. Okay, so one thing I did do when I was putting the pom-pom on is I took a button. I actually had this button at home. It's probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So if you take your pom-pom and you take the yarn where you've tied the pom-pom and you've got the 2 ends that you would normally sew it on with, and because it's hard to sew it on and get it to sit right and stay nice and secure on the top of your head. So you just take the strands of yarn, thread them through kind of that hole in the top of the hat where you cast off all your stitches, and then put them through the holes in the button, and then all I've done is tied that in a really tight bow. And then that way, when you go to wash the hat, and you don't want to put, you can just take the pom-pom off, wash the hat, and then put the pom-pom back on.
No, that's a
or
good
for
idea.
any reason, like say you wanted to put a fur pom-pom on it, you could change it up and put something different on it if you wanted. So, yeah, so I really like that.
Yeah,
but I mean,
really
you could do one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's like really, it's only ribbing, stocking stitch, and decreasing.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Zoe's little bear hat was probably more.
That's right. Zoe's little hat was more work than that was. Okay. Nice. So that's that one.
Your first piece for.
That was
You knit for Feather Your Nest.
Okay. So this is. You're gonna have to help me hold this one out. Okay. So this is Slow Curves by Hohi Locatelli. It's quite a large shawl.
Big, yeah, I was gonna say.
So it is done in Hedgehog Fiber Skinny Singles. Now, doesn't that feel like
that feels
amazing?
Yeah, really nice.
Everything that I've been knitting lately, I haven't been knitting with singles that much. And I've been knitting with like the linen that feels kind of crunchy and stock yarn, which doesn't feel crunchy, but it doesn't feel like this.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to be knitting with a single again. I forgot how much that I really like knitting with that. So this one is 4 colors. Okay, so you can see it's kind of it's a fade.
Yeah.
Like it fades into from the light down to the dark.
But there's so much like colors in it.
Yes.
And you don't see it as much, right?
No. And this, well, I'll turn it around in a minute. But this first color is Budgie. So what happens is like your first one's kind of solid, and then you start fading in the other colors.
Yep.
So the second color was Monet. Third color is called Method.
Yep.
So that's kind of the more almost tonally blue.
Yep.
And then the very last color in it down at the bottom here is Hurricane. And it's kind of, you can see it's got kind of like browns and earthy tones sort of in it. And then it's got a picot bind off, although I do think the pattern has an alternate bind off if you don't want to do the picot bind off, but I really like it. It just gives it a nice edge. One thing that I did do when I did this shawl is when you've kind of got a garter stitch border and you've got a really long shawl like that, sometimes it tightens up and it's hard to get enough stretch in it. So every time on my knit row, I would do like knit one and I'd put the yarn over and then continue with the rest of the row. But then when I came back to the end of that row, I just dropped that yarn over, so it gave it a little bit extra
give.
Yeah, well, it gave it some extra yarn in that edge, so then you didn't have to worry so much about trying to keep your stitches really loose.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So, and if you turn this around, so you can see on this side how it really kind of fades, but if you turn it around on some of the colors, you can really see that stripe.
Yeah.
Like see in this part here. So, it depends what you like,
What
whether
way?
you like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And this it's like, I thought it would be like totally huge and I wouldn't like it. Because I thought it would be too much. I didn't think I wouldn't like it. I thought it would be too much shawl for me.
you.
But
It's
because
actually
the
not
fabric's
because-
so light,
Yeah.
it just, you put it on and it drapes so nice and
I was gonna say it doesn't seem like
no, it doesn't. It
overly-
doesn't feel like too much at all. Like
Yeah.
I really like it. Or you can wear it around your shoulders or so now I'm gonna have to do another one for me.
you.
So
Nice.
yeah, I really like it. So and the pattern was fun to knit. It's like you could do that too. Like there's nothing you're probably doing more difficult things in your hipster
Oh, really?
than what you would do in this. Well, just look at it. It's just garter stitch.
Well, that's true, except for like this.
Yeah, those are just eyelets. Look at those ones you're doing in the hipster, the crosses.
The yarn overs. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you could do that. It's just a lot of knitting, but there's nothing difficult in it. So, but again, Hoagie's patterns.
Yes.
She does
I like
amazing
Hoagie's
patterns.
patterns a lot.
Okay, and then my last FO. Okay, is another shawl, and this one
I don't even think I saw you working on this one at all.
you didn't. So, hold it up this way. Okay, so it's a triangle shawl, and this is the Aura shawl. You're gonna have to stand up
I
to
know.
show
I was
that.
gonna say.
Okay, there. This is the Aura shawl by Caitlin Hunter. Again, this is done in hedgehog fiber skinny singles. So there's 4 colors in this one, but you don't use a whole lot of the little alternating colors here. So this one starts off the cream with the black and gray speckles through it is called typewriter. And then this dark gray here is called graphite.
Okay.
And then the gray that's in the stripes is called salty tails. And I'm not sure what the pink one's called. They don't have that many pink ones, but it's kind of like a tonal pink that almost goes a little bit corally.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty. And then the fringes here and here are just done in kind of alternating colors.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, I really like it. And again, it's nice and light, but it's
I was gonna say it feels like more substantial than.
But this actually, when I weighed this out, I think I had about 200 grams of yarn in it. That one's 300.
That's weird how
So
that is, right?
But you know what? When I
maybe when you add the
it could
makes
be.
it a little
But when
weightier.
I blocked this, I really blocked it aggressively. Like I really stretched it out because if you look at the picture, well, I'll show you. I've actually got it right here. So this is the pattern. Okay, so look how big that looks.
Yeah, it does. Look
So
really
when I did that, when I first took it off the needles, it did not look anywhere near this size.
just
And
because
I
the yarn
don't
that
even
you
know.
used, or-
I'm not sure. So I mean, I had enough yarn that I could have maybe done some extra in it, but when I'm doing it for a store sample, I want to do it the way the pattern says, right?
Yeah.
So like if you were doing that shawl, you could.
It still
If you
looks,
wanted to, I still think it's pretty good size. Like it certainly blocked out a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be after I'd just gotten it off the needles. But yeah, it's nice. I like it. So again, I might have to do another one of those. So,
for you.
So yeah, and so again, any information about any of those, you can go to the Ravelry page. It'll tell you the amount of the yarn, the needle size, the pattern. So if you want to make one, you can make one. So, and that's it
for
FOs, yes. Yeah.
So on to our whips.
On to whips. I only have a couple because
Really? I have more whips than you.
You have more whips than I do.
Of course I do, because your projects are all finished. So I should start with my first one?
Yep.
So my first one is my Baldrick sweater, which I didn't get a sleeve finished.
Yeah,
like
but you got your socks done.
This is true.
So
and I have gotten. Well, we talked about this last time about putting progress markers. So I've gotten.
Well, this was where you had the progress marker, right?
Yeah, that was
because that's just where you did your decrease.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done.
Yeah. So you've done like almost 6 inches there on the sleeve. So and it really didn't take you that long.
No, it didn't, because I really only picked this up as soon as I finished my socks.
Right.
I was putting my marmoset on those socks. I wanted to get them done. So I think actually this has only been like a little bit of yesterday and mostly today.
Well,
really.
I know. Yeah, because I was watching Zoe.
Yeah, and like I haven't really had all that much time to work on it today because
when I come here I don't get anything done.
No,
because
so it was coming along.
No,
and then so Mom helped me pick up the stitches on
the other
cat. Yes, I mean like on the one that the sleeve I've already started. That she helped me because I know how to pick up these ones. They're on, or the ones on the waist yarn. That's fine. It's the ones that are below here. Those are doing.
Where you're picking up, but there's not really a stitch. You're just picking up from the fabric. Yeah.
So since you're leaving soon, you're gonna help me pick them
up
on another.
I should just watch you, and if you have trouble.
Yes.
With it, but so you're gonna put.
I'll just grab another.
Well, you can leave that cord on, and all you have to do is take the needle.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just grab another cord and
put them on another cord,
and we'll get that done. So I'll have it ready to go, even though you won't be here.
That's right. So that way you'll be able to do both of them.
Maybe by the time you're back, I'll have a finished sweater.
Well, really, like look at all the time it took you to do that.
It really didn't take all that long.
No, I know.
And I guess the thing that it was nice about you being here, though, to actually do like the first one, is that Mom can kind of guide me through, because as much as the pattern says like decrease here, it all depends on like your actual arm length and how
she's just that's right.
Right.
So she's just gonna try it on like
as I go, sort of.
Yeah. So she may not do as many decreases as the pattern says, depending on how wide you want that. So you can just put it on and see what it feels like, and if you want to.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And like since I said we have had a couple cooler days here. Although then it seems to go right back up to being hot and humid.
But it is September now.
It's September now, and like cooler weather is coming. Yeah. Sweater weather is
on the way.
It's coming.
On the way.
so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's my first one, and that's my Baldric sweater by Isabel Kramer.
Yes.
That I'm knitting in the Eco Plus
color.
Foxglove color.
Okay, so my first whip is Christmas socks.
Yep.
So because it's Christmas socks, I'm keeping it in my
Christmas bag.
Yeah, so this is a bag that I got from Crafty Mama.
Oh, the one that you won, right?
Yeah. So so I think it's really cute. I actually got it last year Christmas. I was kind of done Christmas stuff, so I'm using it for my Christmas socks this year. Okay, so this is a pair of Christmas socks that I'm doing in Leo and Roxy, and this color is called Son of a Nutcracker. So I was originally going to take this and I was going to do a 2-color stranded, but I'm not sure that it's going to really show up. And I like the way the pattern's knitting up.
Just on its own.
Just the color on its own. So all I did is I'm just doing, I don't know if you can see it that well yet, but I'm just doing a little slip stitch pattern through just to give it a little bit of texture.
Something.
Yep. So those ones I've started, they're 64 stitches, 2x2 rib cuff. Most likely, I think I'm going to do the heels and the toes just in
white.
Yeah, so that'll look nice with it, just in a nice creamy white.
Very Christmassy.
Yeah, very Christmassy. So, okay, so that's my first whip, and those will be nice one to take in the car for driving.
For car knitting.
So I'll just keep those till we leave on Tuesday and see if I can get some work done on them.
So my next whip is my hipster shawl, which I've got a little bit more done. I can't remember how far I was. I don't think I put it on. I don't think I did. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. No, I don't think I did.
Didn't.
But I don't. I was definitely not this far.
Were you back there?
Yeah. No. I was further along than that.
Oh, so. That's further to show you which is the right side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's coming along, but I haven't done as much on it because I'm working on those socks, like I said, to get those socks done. So I'm excited to get working on this again.
Yeah, it looks nice and it feels nice.
I love how this feels.
Yeah, and it's going to block out, like really, you'll be able to really stretch it out so you'll get a good size shawl. Yeah. Because the yaxi really relaxes once you block it.
Block it out.
Yeah.
And I was telling Mom, there's another color in this craft packet that I kind of have my eye on, but we'll see. Because like we talked about before, we're going to Woodstock still. So I'm sure there'll be lots of stuff there that I want, but I still have
I know, but there's
other
lots of
color.
there's lots of
My
other
husband's
there's
giving me a
lots-
look. I'm like, I know, I can't get it out of my head though.
Other patterns, you know. I mean, I know actually a lot of people have done two hipsters though.
I know.
Like a lot of people really like them and have them in different colors.
This other color was like a, it was called chestnutty.
Yeah.
And it's crack as
yes.
well.
So it was almost in your color line of like
yeah, it was. It was
honey
just like,
warm, kind of beigey brown.
Like, it'd be nice to have like one in like the gray and then one in like
one in
we'll
kind
see.
of cool colors and one in kind of warm
We'll
colors.
see. So, but I'm excited to get this one done. I still have a long way to go on this one too. So, to get this one done before
but you're getting
buy
it
more
done,
wool for another one. So,
yep. No, it's pretty.
That's my second whip.
Okay. So my second whip, I have it in my French field bag from the Vietnamese.
I want a gray one. I want a gray one so much.
So this is another hoagie pattern, and it is the cardigan called Like a Cloud.
Yep.
So
It's really pretty.
it's so soft.
Yeah.
So anyways, my friend Tracy got me addicted to
Mohair?
mohair.
Yeah.
So she's putting it with a lot of stuff, and now that I've tried this, I want to put mohair with everything.
Everything?
It's just like, feel it.
It is. It has such a halo.
I know, but like it's not like super fluffy like when you put it in the sweater. So in this one, I'm holding a strand of the mohair and then a strand of a lace weight together. And like if you look at those two colors, and it's so pretty in the
It does
when
make
you
it
combine
really,
them. Like it's you can see kind of the different little variances that are in the mohair. This mohair is Fleece Artist Zambezi, and it comes in like there's 1,000 yards in a skein.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's
Those are
70%
good
mohair,
heritage.
30% silk.
Yeah.
And then this one is Madeline Tosh Prairie, which is their lace, so it's a singles. So it's kind of like the hedgehog fibers one that I was working with, but the hedgehog fibers is a fingering and this is a lace weight.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's the only thing is I haven't done anything with that fine of a yarn.
Yeah, but
before.
when I put those two together, they're more like a fingering, and a fingering is like a sock weight.
Yeah.
And then because the mohair fills everything in, you're really not doing it on. You're not doing it on the small needle that you would do a sock on. Like this is a 3.75 millimeter needle, and your socks are like on 2.5.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm really liking this. Like I said, I want to put mohair with everything now. But
are you gonna take that with you when
yes.
you go?
Yep. So I've got it to the point where I've kind of.
What aren't you gonna bring with you?
Oh, I don't
know.
I know. I have to decide. So. Well, I have a month. I have to.
Well,
you'll
busy. You'll buy stuff when you're out there. I'm sure.
Yeah,
so.
and I'm gonna bring my Swift and my bob winder, because you never know when you might.
Never
need
know.
It.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my second whip.
Well, my other whip is my Davis sweater.
Right.
Which I haven't.
But you remember you were talking about that you didn't know if you were going to have enough yarn.
Yeah.
And so you got so far in the body, but really, like this stretches quite a bit. So you might not need to do the body as long as that you think you might need to do it.
Yeah.
So especially because yours is quite wide, so it's going to stretch down.
That's true. So maybe I'll just. I think that's been that's not the only thing that's been preventing me not from picking it up, but now that I'm done those socks and I'm more up to work on other projects, I probably will pick it up again.
Yeah.
Because I guess it makes sense to work on it more. That way, if I find out that I do need it, and they are going to be at Woodstock, then maybe if I need to pick up another one, even though it might not be the exact same
dye lot.
Yeah,
but we can show you a way that you can kind of stagger it in so that you wouldn't really notice even if the dye lot was a little bit different.
So we'll see. I'm not. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're almost at the point now where you could divide.
Yes.
Right.
Well, it's in the round, right?
Yes, but you have to eventually. Don't you have to eventually divide for the front and the back? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not quite there yet, but
you're getting
maybe
there.
I'll have progress on it next podcast. Like I said, Mom is gone for a little bit longer, so we'll be longer in between podcasts next episode. So.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
No, because I'm because.
But by the time we podcast and then we get everything edited, and it probably will be.
But
so.
It's probably about a month.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Okay. So now
that's all the whips.
That's all. That's. I don't have anything else cast on. I have plans, but I don't have anything else cast on.
Okay, so on to acquisitions. Your first acquisition.
Okay, so my first acquisition. I'm working on Christmas socks.
Yep.
So, I kind of want to do something that's a little bit different, and something that you might wear again rather than just at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So I found this pattern, and it was a free pattern on Ravelry. It is called Cape Gingham. Put that up close there. So they look like plaid socks. So I thought if I did them in like something like this. So this is a gray tweed. It's Katcha Seta tweed, and then this was like a deep burgundy from Leo and Roxy.
Yeah. Where did you get this from? I like this tweed.
That one, I got that at Little Red Mitten.
Oh, okay.
So I thought if I put those two together, they kind of almost look like that buffalo plaid.
Yep.
That's got the, or I had, where's the other red? That's just a Patton's Croy red.
Yeah.
Or that. So I haven't decided, but I want to try those plaid socks.
Yeah.
And I might even try it with like that and a cream color in it.
That would look nice.
So like I'll have to see, but I want to try that pattern. But it is a free pattern. It's called Cape Gingham, and it's by Julia E. Sprague, and you can go. That's on Ravelry.
Yeah, those will look cool.
So yeah, so I think those will be fun.
I like either of those color combinations. I think they would both work well.
Yeah, well,
so.
this yarn is a little bit thicker, so it more matches the tweed, which is why I thought I might do that. And then I've got like that would look nice just with like a cream.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Okay, so that's
your first exercise.
Yep.
So I bought a bunch of patterns when Andrea Mowry had her birthday sale, because there was a bunch that I had in my favorites. So I decided what better time to buy some when she had them on sale. So this first one I'm going to show is the sheltered. What would you call this? Like poncho almost?
Sort of, but not really, because it's.
What do you say?
I don't know. It's pretty. A pullover.
Poncho, yeah. It's
poncho.
Does
it say a poncho?
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite staple. So it just looks so cozy.
Yeah.
I think it looks just like something right up my alley. And I have a bunch of gray Cascades 220 that I think would work, because I'm pretty sure I looked on the projects on the page,
and some people have done it in that. Yeah, a lot of people have done that. I think
some people have done it without the
big cowl.
But I like the cowl. I think
I like the
makes
cowl.
it look cozy. So that was the first pattern I bought, and I think maybe this will be the next. I say that, but like I think that is one of the next. The next sweater that I'm going to cast on will be that. So
yeah, it's nice.
Excited about that one.
Yeah. Okay. So my friend Terry went to New York.
Oh yes, this is stuff she brought you back.
Yes, and so she brought me some yarn back from Nitty City.
Yep.
Okay. So the first one here, this is. Do you want to hold it there? It's Emma's yarn. So I read a little bit about her before. Like, she started doing this yarn dyeing. I don't think she's very old now, but when she started doing it, she was 15.
Oh wow!
So, like
it's really pretty.
It is really pretty, and that skein's really nice. It's 150 grams.
Oh, so it's really good yardage.
Yeah, so it's really good yardage. So I mean, sometimes a one skein shawl is a little bit small, so 150 is nice. The colors are really pretty in it. That color is called Gypsy Market. So this yarn is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So yeah, it feels really nice. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I really like it, and I love the color. Like, it's kind of.
It's a nice, because it's got color in it, but it's
still got a neutral background. Yeah, and it's not a white. It's more like a creamy colored background. Yeah, but it's not the white.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the one skein, and then. This was a kit, and it's from Chelsea Yarns, and they actually have a podcast called Chelsea Pearls.
Okay.
And I think they're in New Jersey, but they, one of the ones that does the Chelsea Pearls also dyes yarn, so this is her yarn line.
Okay. Yep.
So it is a kit, and you could do the Andrea Mowry pattern Birds of a Feather with it, because it calls for a singles yarn and a mohair. So this has the singles and the mohair dyed to match.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
is this the same colorway then?
Yes.
Or is it,
it's the same
so
colorway.
Just on different base and the mohair.
So it's called Chelsea Yarns Luxe Hand Dyed, I think is what the yarn line is called. So this one is the mohair, and the mohair is 70% mohair, 30% silk, I believe.
Yep.
And there's, I believe, 457 yards, I think, in that.
460 yards.
Or 460 yards, okay. And this color is pink peony. So this is also pink peony, so you can see that they match really nicely. So that feels really nice too.
Yeah, it does.
So this one is their singles base, and it is is 100% superwash merino. And I believe this one has 400 yards in it. So there's 2 of those ones and one of the mohair, and I think that's enough to do the birds of a feather pattern. So I haven't decided. I might do that, but I'm just like thrilled to have more mohair.
Yeah.
So
you're on a mohair kick right
I'm on a
now.
mohair kick, that's for sure. Thanks to Tracy. You might have been on a mohair kick too if you had a
Maybe.
Anyway.
So my next acquisition is, like I said, all the patterns I got are from Andrea Mowry, but the May sweater. Because I thought this one would be a really good one. We'll see. I don't know which one I'm gonna cast on first.
That would be a good one to wear to work.
Yeah.
Like that with the one with the big, if you do the big cowl neck on it, might be kind of hot to wear like inside for work, but when you go back to work, like something like that. And you could still put like a long sleeve t-shirt or something underneath it.
Yeah. So I like it's kind of dark on screen here, but it's just like a t-shirty shirt.
Is it the same
sweater?
weight? Is it worsted?
Yes, I believe it's worsted. Except, well, again, I think some people knitted in the Cascades
220. Okay.
So I was trying. I think I was kind of maybe when I started looking at it on Ravelry, I was looking at ones that I could use that yarn for, because I can't remember what I think I originally thought I was going to do the mail-in sweater, but I think I wanted to do something a little bit different.
Lighter. Was it
more drapey? I think.
Yep.
And more like, so we'll see. Either it's going to be either this one or the sheltered one that I'll cast on next. So.
Okay. So, okay, I was saying that I'm really on a mohair kick.
This is pretty though.
I know, isn't that pretty? So this again is the Zambezi. This is the same yarn that I'm doing the Like a Cloud in. So this color is bottle green, but it's really pretty. The
like gray colored.
It's got grays and turquoise, and then it goes to the mint.
Yep.
But really pretty. And then this is a lace weight that I want to hold with it. I'm still not sure what I want to do yet, but I really like the feel of the lace weight and the mohair together. And this is Madeline Tosh Prairie, and this color is called turquoise. So, but I really like the 2 of those together. So I think it's really going to soften out this one.
Yep.
Once I hold the 2 of them together.
Nice. What do you do with that one?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Don't know yet. Something.
Yeah. My next pattern that I bought might be a little ambitious for me right now, but it's one I wanted to get. I think I'll do it probably down the line. But this is her newer wool and honey sweater. It's just, I really just like the pattern.
I really like it.
I don't know. She just has a lot of really nice patterns, and I just really think that this one, it's not too over the top, but it's just got a nice.
Yeah, it's got the design
that even in like a tonal color, like it just.
Most of the ones that I've seen done, or most of the ones that are people doing, they're doing it in a pretty solid color. Because I think you would kind of lose the design up at the top if you did it in something that was.
So, that's my next one.
Okay,
more?
What do I have next? Yes. Okay.
So, I only have 2 more patterns.
Okay, I just have this.
This is so pretty.
I know. So, yesterday at Feather Your Nest, Westlake Yarns had a trunk show.
Yep.
So Carrie from Toronto, because Westlake Yarns is in Toronto, came down to Sarnia, and she brought a whole lot of her yarn with her to Feather Your Nest. And the colors are
gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's all natural dyed. So here is her card. So it's knits and fibers, natural dye. She did a little seminar and talked about natural dyeing and the plants that she uses and how she gets some of the colors and the different mordants that she uses and the different. I think you use mordants, and I can't remember what the other word is, but it was ways like by adding alum and iron, how you could get different colors from one plant.
Oh, okay.
So it was amazing how many different colors you could get from one plant. So this is actually dyed with cochineal,
which is little bugs.
And she said they're actually native to Oaxaca in Mexico.
Okay.
But they look just like a little fuzzy thing that sticks on a plant. Like that, I guess they're on the cactus.
Oh, okay.
So, but the color that comes out of them is amazing. Now that's actually one of the lighter colors that she must have done something, or either just like
done it really not very long.
Not for very long, because the cochineal really gives really deep colors. So that color is called lavender, but I think it's more
rosy colored, actually.
I really like the color.
It is really pretty.
Yeah. So
this
it is a fingering.
This is a thicker weight fingering though when you say it.
I don't know if it's thicker or if it's just the twist or it just feels a little fluffier. But that is fingering. It's 115 grams and there's 410 yards. So it is a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I have to look at some patterns. I have a pattern in mind, but I won't say anything about what I'm going to do yet in case I change my mind, which is quite possible.
That's okay. You're allowed to change your mind.
That's right. But I really like it. I really want to work on
I really
that.
like this. I love this color.
I know. But Jacqueline, all her colors were beautiful.
Like I know. Do you have a green?
I have a green, right? Yes, that I got in Toronto at the Knitters Frolic. But she had gorgeous like peaches, and she had this one called Bubblegum that was just like a really pale baby pink. And then she had ones dyed with indigo that were like really pretty blue, and she had some variegators, and she had some big, thick, chunky ones that would have looked like really nice to do like a bulky hat or yeah. Her yarns were gorgeous, so it was really nice to meet her. Her seminar was great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to knitting that.
Yeah, is she going to be at Woodstock?
She's going to Kitchener, which is next weekend. But she said she wasn't at Woodstock yet, but she's just in Toronto. You can go onto her website.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
do you have more yarn after? So both.
Yeah.
So I guess the two last patterns that I bought were the Winter Honey, which is a shawl. So we'll see.
It's pretty. It's pretty. It's all cabled.
Yeah. So
it's very pretty. I've done that one, and it is really nice.
Yeah.
It's a thicker weight.
So I guess because I'm saying so it is all cabled. Well, it'll just be.
It is, but you can learn to cable without a needle, right? And then you won't have to worry about having the cable there.
Because
all the time.
Saying that is like Mom and I actually, which this is the last pattern I bought, was the Tuku Honey socks, which have actually a small.
They have a cable
cables at the sides, which the cable is something I haven't done yet.
Right.
So we were just talking about it, and actually, you can do this one without a cable needle, right?
Yep.
So Mom was showing me how to do.
Yeah, it's just practice, and there's good tutorials, and that actually told you a tutorial. The pattern tells you a tutorial that you can go to and look at to see how it's done. But it's amazing how like a little cable just gives
so much
that
detail.
much more to
Yeah.
But like think of some of the other things that you thought were hard before you did them, and then you start to do them, and they're not
that bad, and they're not that difficult either. So it's just a learning curve, I guess.
Yep. So one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Like you learn. Yeah.
So it would
be better to start with those before you went into something like the shawl.
I think these two, since I don't have socks on the needles right now, these are probably the ones I'll cast on next. So
but you said they were toe up.
They were toe up. So
but
we might
do them top down.
I might try them toe down because that's what I'm
top down.
Top down.
Yes,
top down. Because I think.
But you're familiar with that.
Yeah,
and I mean the thing is, you can do that with any sock pattern. It's just you got to make sure that your pattern's in the right place.
Yep.
And so you can try those while I'm not here.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
All right, so on to pieces?
On to pieces.
I have no pieces.
Yes, you do.
What do I have?
You have cookies in the fridge.
Oh, yeah. Pieces that haven't even been made yet. Well, I mean, they're ready. They just got to be baked.
Yeah, Jacqueline, knew I was coming tonight and staying overnight, so she's actually got those cookies that she shared the recipe for. Was it last time or the time before? Anyway, once we're done here, we're going to be having some nice fresh cookies. Yeah. Okay. So I did actually do a little bit of weaving over the past couple of weeks. So the first things that I made 2 sets of tea towels. Mm-hmm. So I don't have them here to show you because I gave them away as gifts, but we'll pop a couple of pictures in. Yep. So the one set I basically just did a natural colored background and then put border stripes in on each side just in different colors. Yep. And then the other set that I did a Fibonacci stripe sequence. So it kind of goes like Fibonacci stripe, if anybody knows, goes like 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. But anyways, it's just a nerdy math thing. Anyway, so I did it in that and did those in like a gray, dark gray, light gray, and then on one of them I just put kind of like a nice stripe in of like a teal blue. Mm-hmm. So, and then the other thing I do have here, I made a scarf, a fairly long scarf, and this was, I think I was talking about this last time, where you can take a skein of yarn that's...
Oh yeah, what was it called again?
It's dyed a palindrome.
Palindrome.
So it means it's kind of, you can see that it's all dyed across the skein.
Yep. And it looks really cool where it goes.
Yeah, and so when you set it up on the loom, you can set it up so the colors kind of pool.
Yeah.
So then it makes a really neat effect if we'll pull it back this way, because like you get the color kind of just pooling across the scarf. Yeah. So this one is the main color, so the one that's the palindrome skein, is Blue Moon Fiber Arts Tigger Targhee, and it's in free range chickens colorway. And so you can see at the end too, like my one, if you hold up those fringes, like the fringes are two different sets of colors. So you've got kind of the grays in here and the golds in here.
Yeah.
And then for the weft, so that's the thread that goes across. Yeah, I used like a lace weight tencel, and then the color of that is just like a silvery gray.
Gray, yeah.
So because I didn't want to do something too dark, because I didn't want to cover up the colors.
Yep.
But then you can see like in some spots where it really blends in, like you just
against
see,
don't even
just
notice
kind of
it.
see that,
No, that
but
really
yeah,
cool.
so and I mean you really like it, and like the drape
really,
is
and really
the
light.
drape is really nice. It's light. You can wear it, like either just around and pull it through like that.
Yep.
Or you could do the.
Do it wrapped around.
Or you do like. Whoops.
Careful the
Knock the wine glasses down. Yeah, it kind of even goes with my top.
Yeah, it does.
But or pull it around like that. So yeah, so I really like it. So I've got a couple more skeins of this, so I might do a couple more of those, because I think they'd make nice gifts for Christmas.
Yeah.
So, and it does, like that's been blocked too in the Tigger Targhee. You can feel that.
I know, I was going to say.
It really softens up after you
really
wash it.
Up.
Yeah.
It feels so different than like when you knit it up in
a sock,
right?
Yeah. But you'll be surprised when you, even after you wash it once, how much it softens up.
Yeah.
So that was my pieces for this time, and right at the moment, because I'm going away, I haven't put anything else on the loom, but I hope to set up a few more things and do some more tea towels and things for Christmas after when I get back. So that's basically it for today, for the end of summer. Oh, and Zoe, are you coming back to say bye-bye? You coming back to say bye? Okay, so we just, hope everybody has a good last part of summer before the weather gets cold. And thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Happy knitting.
Are you going to say happy knitting?
Happy knitting.
You say bye, Zoe?
You say bye.
Goodbye.
Till next time.
Yep. See you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Silly girl.